Now, she's estimated to be worth around £300 million, but unlike many high-profile breakups, it seems there won't be any wrangling between Madonna and Guy Ritchie over cash.
Yes, the couple are seeking a quick divorce settlement when their case comes before the High Court this morning. It could be made final in a matter of weeks. Ayesha Vardag is a family law expert. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
This started off quite messy, but it seems to have finished quite cleanly. Is that how you read what's happening?
Yes, that's right. And there's always that opportunity to negotiate. Lawyers get involved and they say, well, this is what you could get and this is how you might have to play it. But if a couple gets their priorities right, and in this case it seems to have been the children, there's that opportunity for decency to triumph over greed and everything to sort out matters in a really amicable way, which is what seems to have happened.
And what do you make of the deal over the children? Because obviously money is one thing, but emotions run very high when it comes to access, don't they?
And it's one of those classic situations where you have a modern day mixed conjoined family. So it's really complicated because obviously Lourdes, it makes sense for her to be in New York, perhaps to be close to her natural father, but for the boys, obviously it's necessary for them to be with both their parents. They're settled in England. Obviously for Guy Ritchie it's been a priority that carry on. And
so what do we know about the arrangements over the children?
As we understand it, and it's just a question of what's reported because it all stays confidential, but that the boys will be based in England, as it were, but share their time with both parents, and that Lourdes will be based in New York. But obviously, if there's a sensible arrangement, then she's going to have time with Guy Ritchie as well, because although he's not her natural father, she's become close to him. You can have those cross-national shared residence arrangements, or you don't even need an order like that. You can just set it up that way. But when it's a complicated situation like that, you have to be quite creative. And it seems that they have worked that way. And it takes a lot of goodwill, and not fighting about money is what enables couples to have that sort of goodwill to work things out constructively.
And it's okay, I suppose, if you're in a situation where you're already worth millions yourself. Perhaps you don't feel the need to fight about money, but the trouble is not many people find themselves in that situation, do they?
Well, that's right. I mean, he's said to have 30 million of his own. He could have fought on for up to 50% of what they acquired during the marriage, but obviously he's decided that it's not worth it and there are bigger priorities at stake. It is a different situation where you've got, say, a wife who's been a homemaker and would be broadly left without that much.
Well, let's have a look at another very high-profile divorce. We understand that Bernie Ecclestone and his wife, Slavica Ecclestone, are going to get divorced. She has filed for divorce. Now, between them, they are worth $2.4 billion, we understand, and they also have two children who are much older. What do you think this is going to turn out like?
This is going to be an absolutely huge case. He has the resources, obviously, to make a sensible settlement and keep this out of the courts and keep out the sort of huge two-year wrangle that it might be.
Would it be 50-50?
In principle, it could be 50-50 of what was acquired during marriage, which is likely to be most of it in a long marriage like that. Although there are some exceptions if you can say you've made a special contribution, and with those sorts of resources, those are the kind of arguments that would be in play. But in principle, there's no discrimination between the breadwinner and the homemaker. It's seen as a team, so whatever you've acquired together during the marriage is up for sharing equally, potentially.
Ayesha Vardag, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks very much indeed.
Now, they risk